Y'all can, y'all might want to sit down for this one.
We have nothing to add. Oh wow.
Yeah, there is, especially when there's a unresolved issue, like you don't know.
Do you know if he had children of his own?
He did.
He did.
And that's some of the stuff I can't go into.
Oh. Welcome to this episode of No Unsolicited Advice. I'm Sadé, your host, and these are my co-hosts, Stephen and Craig.
All right.
Before we get into today's topic, please remember we are just your average Joe Schmoes. Please take our advice, take our opinions with a grain of salt. This is not the forum for professional advice, so if you need that, seek it elsewhere. All right, guys, you ready for today's topic?
What's today's topic?
Let's get into it. All right, question of the day. What is your worst coworker experience? So mine, oh gosh, I've had so many. But there was this one particular company that I worked for that I experienced multiple instances of bullying within the company. And if you ask many physical therapists, physical therapist assistants, they will tell you the same thing. We collectively hate this company. I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to get sued for defamation. But I experienced bullying from some PTs. There was this one particular clinic that I worked at where there were two male physical therapists. I don't know if I want to say their names, but
say their first names. First names.
You think first names are okay? Maybe I'll give them nicknames. We'll call them.
We doing nicknames.
Nicknames.
I gotta remember my nicknames too.
We'll call one Jay, and we'll call the other one. Oh gosh, both of their names started with J. So one is Jay and one is Junior. Okay. And they were very, very avid Trump supporters. Me, I do not care who your political affiliation, political champion is. I don't care. Okay. At work is not the appropriate place to discuss that. But I remember there were several mornings they would walk in cheering Trump chain. And it was just so like, oh, this was all that time whenever the Black Lives Matter movements were going on and there was riots and all this other stuff. And there were so many of my clients that really hated them. I had one guy tell me if I ever catch them outside of this office,
Wow.
I bet not ever see them outside of this office. And I had several clients when working with either one of them that would literally just walk out on them. Like, it was crazy. And I'm just like, how is it that these guys still have jobs?
I'll limp the rest of my life before I go through the rest of this therapy.
And the crazy part about it is the clinic that we were working at, the majority of our clients were Black. And these two guys were white. And it was like, read the room. Read the room.
No, that's the thing about when people on either side, when you do that kind of stuff, it's read the room and just don't. Why you gotta be so obnoxious?
Right.
It's like, have your opinion, have your as you said, your champion, your team. You know, because you got
Right.
people. I consider it teams. Sometimes you got people who love the Patriots, the Republicans. You
Right.
you got the Detroit Democrats. You know,
Like, I don't care what your affiliation is. But
yes,
like when you make it your whole personality
right.
and you can't have a conversation without bringing it up, you might have a little bit of a problem, especially if it's affecting your work and the people around you. Like,
You got chaos. You love chaos, and
have
you
some
just
decorum.
yeah.
Have some decorum. And then one of the guys he was talking to, so it was me and the two receptionists. They were both Black women. And then the two other PTs were white men. And the one that was the coordinator of the entire clinic went to one of the receptionists and told her, I don't understand why Sadé is so upset about the things that we say. Her father is white. And I was like,
Wow.
what makes you think that would make me less offended by your racism and bigotry? Like, no, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So that was probably...
So you're one of us.
Right? And I
know
was
my
like,
father was white.
What the heck is wrong
if
with
my
you?
father was here, he'd beat you upside the head too.
I see the devil in your eyes. You're one of us.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know if I can get away with
I
that.
don't know if you can get away with that one either. I'm nasty.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, that was probably one of the worst places to work. And it's a very well-known, widespread physical therapy brand. And I like my little bit of coin, so I'm not going to say their name. I'm not going to say the name. But it starts with a V.
Go ahead, Craig. Go ahead, Craig. Before we both, me and her both dig ourselves in something in this episode. I got plenty more though.
My worst coworker was I don't know how you could do that. So this is before you knew you wouldn't date anybody you work with.
Oh.
So I was working in a restaurant, and I was dating a young lady there. Fine. I mean, we'll call her D. Call her D.
Oh, D.
Yeah, so...
Are you sure her name isn't Kim? Go ahead.
Oh, no, you did. Y'all forever warming that bus up. There you go with that. There you go. Yeah, y'all. No, so me and Dee we was good. Dee she was like my very first, you got this girl, you'd be like, oh, this is fine. This is where I'm at right here. So Dee was that for me, and she was a little bit older than me. Mm-hmm. So there was also a guy there named, his name was D too. His name was, it's old. And he liked
I hope
that.
You're using nicknames.
And I'm like, I just said her name. Yeah, I just said her name. Anyway,
so bad. Go ahead.
So it was just one day. We was at work and we was kind of busy, and this guy decided that he was going to try me this day, and he said, "You know what? I know that's your girl and everything, but I'll go over there and touch her butt." And I was like, "No, you won't."
I bet you won't get crunk.
So like he was doing it, and he kind of like did this little move and kind of like brushed on her butt, and me and this boy got to fighting right there in the kitchen around grease. I was a fry cook back then.
Wait, is this how you ended up being treated by me? Is this how you burned your feet?
No.
Grease on your feet.
No.
Got the reverse Al Green treatment. He got the grits thrown on.
I learned. Yeah, we was fighting. We was in the stock room, and you can hear like us dumping on the other side of the thing. The police officer, the security guard had to come back in, pull us apart. And he was like, we was gonna come through the wall. It was so bad. And I learned two things that day. I learned, first of all, that girl did not did not belong to me. In other words, I had to clean that up. The stuff wasn't mine, you know what I'm saying? So I can't be fighting over it. If she's allowing some boy to touch her butt, then that's her. And I realized that you could get fired for fighting on a job.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And now, you can get fired for fighting somewhere else, and both of y'all are on the job, and y'all bring it up. Y'all got to be real quiet about it now.
Really?
Yeah.
Like if you
now
fight a
you
coworker,
especially in like hospital nursing home settings, if they find out you don't know nothing about that stuff. Oh, I'm have to go all into that at the nursing home. And
did somebody fight?
Yeah, they fought out a couple of times, and it was some and at the hospital that I used to work at, folks was fighting. Somebody just recently was fighting, and they did it off grounds, and they found out about it.
Me and Derek went off after that. Like, I got fired, and me and him went off ground. Matter of fact, we left the building that day and went next door. It was a nursery, like a child
in front of children. I'm gonna beat you up in front of all these toddlers.
Look,
I'm praying that one of them is yours.
We was out there scrapping. So that was my worst coworker. Here's the thing, like, I mean, me and Jeff stayed together for a long time, but I ended up getting the job back. High five to Red.
Okay.
High five to. So, yeah.
They said, didn't nobody make the cheddar biscuits like you. Come on back.
Matter of fact, it was in Atlanta.
Come on back, Black Eye McGee.
Where? In Atlanta?
Yeah, Campbellton Road. Atlanta,
Campbellton Road. No wonder they let you back.
It was like, oh, we understand. It's okay. Right.
That was my very first job. That was my very first job, and I had no clue about fighting, getting fired. Yeah, I was just like, I was so caught up. I was so caught up with it. Yeah. But that was my worst coworker experience.
I actually have several. So
I do have more too. Yeah, I have a couple.
Yeah. I had a manager that stole from me. And I ended up getting fired for reporting him. It was like, what? And then when they found him stealing from them, then they finally fired him. But yeah, he would it was crazy. He took half my tips at the end of the night. And I was the only one working out besides him and the person in the back cooking. And he would take half my tips at the end of the night. And so one day and this was like my first serving job. And I went to the manager and I was like, because he was like our supervisor and then there was a manager above him. But the manager was never in the restaurant because the restaurant was attached to a skating ring. And so the manager was more so like the building manager and not
the actual
like restaurant manager.
Restaurant manager, right.
Yeah. And so I went to him and I was like, hey, he takes half of my tips at the end of the night. Is he supposed to do that? He was like, no, I'll talk to him. And so,
can you reimburse me, sir?
And so he went, I guess he talked to him. And then the next day I came in and he fired me. I was like, what'd I get fired for? And he said, oh, because
Gators girls better not be out here snitching.
That. He was like, we caught you on camera shooting pool. It was a pool hall kind of bar thing. And I was like, well, I wasn't on the clock. Like, I clocked out to shoot pool and I asked permission first. And I was told that it was okay. He was like, well, yeah, but the fact that you were supposed to be on shift, even though the restaurant was empty, you shouldn't have been shooting pool. I was like,
yeah.
He trying to cover up tracks now.
Well,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you got to go.
So,
Steven, who's your worst employee? Who's your worst coworker?
Now mine.
Sadé.
Besides me.
I didn't say that. I said nothing.
We did work together for a little while.
I know, right?
Yeah, for the audience sake. of knowing we did work together for a while. And Craig met me when I worked at the place that I hated, and it was those guys. Yes, that place. That's the guys.
I have a shirt for there.
Oh, you do? Oh, I gave it to you for graduating.
T-shirt.
I do have a shirt from there.
Yeah. Mine comes with a lot of disclaimers. If you have issues on a lot of things right now,
trigger warning, guys.
Trigger warnings.
Trigger warning.
If you have SD. SA. I'm sorry. SA.
This story. I was told the disclaimer ahead of time. The story involves SA. It involves grape. It involves underage.
Oh wow.
Minors. So if you are triggered by those things, please take this as your cue to leave. We'll see you in the next one.
Sorry. See, this is why I don't say nothing, because the stuff I have dealt with these people is wow. Wow. So back in my day of working at a clothing store, I had a good relationship with everybody. Between when management and everything changes, they bring in other people. And one of the managers, he came in and he had a lot going on. He was a former snorter. He was a former. He
sure
did,
was former.
He did a lot of lines and. A great chance it wasn't formal.
Yeah,
it wasn't the past. But he hired a guy that I'm gonna say his name is what can I say this guy's name?
Call him just Jay. We all call everybody Jay.
I'm gonna call him Pilgrim.
Pilgrim. Okay. Pilgrim.
I'm gonna call him Pilgrim. Pilgrim. Pilgrim got there, and Pilgrim has so many issues. First of all, now this is somebody else's words. This is not mine. They described him as a burnt Homer Simpson. So,
oh Jesus. I don't even know what that means, but it's just like
it looks. So that's somebody else said that, not me. Somebody else. They
hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah. They was down on him at first. And you know me, naturally, I go, no, man, y'all leave him alone, man. Leave these folks alone. Until I got to till he got comfortable there. When he got comfortable there, it was a lot of things going on with him and his family and people. For a person that was such this big churchgoer, he was doing a lot. And he was, at one point, the worst thing I can talk about, because there's several things that this could go on forever with. I was trying to figure out why was it so many people from his church, and why was they changing churches so much? So why are they changing churches again? You can change the church. And people would come up and they would be arguing and all this other stuff. And I'd be like, why are they arguing? And one lady finally was really, really loud. She was really, really loud. And she was like, your daughter got to stay with me. And she done told me about the filth that y'all do and this and that. And she was going off. I said, okay, it's a lot of drama. And I'm just trying to sell ties and suits. Like, I ain't trying to be a part of this. So finally, one day I see somebody walking by. And this is not the winter time, so don't pay attention to what I got on. This is the winter that I have this on. This guy was walking around in a leather trench coat all day. And he was going by our store and kept looking in our store. Now, this is the summertime, and if you know anything about Georgia, the South, we got hot
Sane people ain't wearing trench coats.
Weez is hot down here. So, if anything that Axel from Beverly Hills Cop taught me was, look at these guys wearing trench coats. That's what you need to be looking at.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's hot in here, and this guy is wearing a trench coat. And he keeps coming by this building. So I kind of say something to one of the managers. I say, "Hey, man, you see this guy? Is he coming in or not? Have you spoken to him?" They're like, no. We'll find out. He was like, no, Steven, we'll find out. We'll find out what's going on. So he goes out and he asks the guy, like, what's the problem, man? What do you want? What do you want? And the guy's like, oh, I'm just waiting for Pilgrim.
Mm.
And, not a big deal. So he comes back and he's like, oh, he's just a customer of Pilgrim's. He's waiting for Pilgrim. So, okay.
Mm.
What exactly is he waiting to do? Sell him some kind of deodorant? Because I know he's hot up under there. So I'm like, you must be like a salesman for Degree or something. Hey, this keeps me dry all day. You see I got this on? Oh my God, this guy. And finally comes in. And
Pilgrim comes in.
We'll have to probably eat that.
Yeah.
Pilgrim. Pilgrim comes in. And we're all messing up. We're all messing up. Pilgrim comes in. And suddenly guy is now finally he's at the door. Now finally he's coming in. Now he's up in everybody's face. So security, everybody gets there. And, the words, I'm going to spray it up. Mm. Come out. Mm. I'm like, what the heck? So everybody's got a dog pile on this guy and stop him.
Mm.
I mean,
I'm taking air right down.
Yeah, taking it any further. So we got a dog pile on this guy. So then he's screaming out. The guy is screaming out. So that security has him up and security's taking him away. The guy is screaming stuff. And once again, I've got to go around some edges of some of the stuff he was saying, try to make it as not as crazy as possible as it was. He's saying things like, you touched one of my children. Mm. So we're like, impossible. Impossible. No, not this guy. No. So, needless to say, this was happening almost once every month.
What?
With different people.
What?
Every time he would change to a new church, it would be somebody mad. Somebody was coming in, and come to find out, him, Pilgrim, and his wife, they were causing a lot of division between preteens and their parents and getting them to stay with them. They would be like, hey, don't worry about that. You can come stay with us. They were predators.
Wow.
They would actually focus on who's who. Mm-hmm. Wow. And, there's division over here in this family. We'll do that. And the parents would be upset once they sent the child, the preteen, back home.
Oh, wow.
The preteen would be torn up because, the stuff that they did. And now it's, oh,
wow.
Look what you did to my child. So they would come up and it would constantly keep going on. And they were protecting them. They was when I say they, I mean like one of the managers, which they finally did away with him. Mm-hmm. He was protecting him.
So why didn't the parents go to the police?
One of them did, but they had they had ways that they was working out of it. They had ways that they was working out of it, and they were doing a lot of sleazy stuff. And it was always something going on with the fact of you don't never know when somebody's going to come in and cause a scene. And it was terrible. The same person, once they the manager finally hired some women, because it was only guys that worked there. He finally hired some women for this guy, because he said he wanted some. Oh, why we ain't got no women in here? So he was like, yeah. They hired women, and he was assaulting them.
What?
He was forcing himself on them.
How does that? That's a lot. Wow.
That is a lot.
So he was possibly the worst person. And then when I was trying to tell not so much tell. Well, actually, yeah. I was trying to bring it up to other people. Like,
it's okay. We're not gonna give you any stitches. Snitch. Not today.
No, when I was actually trying to bring it up to the person that was protecting him, I was like, hey man, that's, we see something's going on. We know between the fact that stuff is missing in our inventory, he's stealing.
And he's selling ties. I mean, what was this? This is a
clothing store. This is a clothing store.
Jesus, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah, he was doing a lot.
Do you know if he eventually did get arrested?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so, because a lot of stuff, like when it comes to, I don't know.
Give me his name after.
It's hard to.
We're definitely going to need that, sir.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Like when it comes to people in certain churchgoers and certain religions, other people, it's hard to do certain things when everybody else is protecting, and other people feel like, no, that can't be right. That can't be right.
Well, I can say this. Honestly. Stephen won. He definitely has the worst coworker.
Absolutely. Definitely, hands down, worst coworkers.
And like I said, there's more that I have to leave out because of what it is.
Oh, wow.
But you definitely won.
Yeah, this guy was wow. Yeah. And just, you never know. Like if you saw somebody, like even when it was cold, I was watching everybody come in. Like, is this another one? Is this another guy
Is today the day?
That's so weird.
It's today the day.
No, it's you're kind of watching people who are clothed a little bit too much. Yeah, it's a long jacket you got on. You can hide any manner of something in there. So yeah.
He won this one. I can't even compete.
I guess we saved the worst coworker for last.
I went before that. I ain't got nothing to say. I mean, yeah.
Speechless.
See why you wanted us to go first. You were like, I got the icing on the cake.
It's like y'all might want to sit down for this one.
we have nothing to add. Oh wow.
Yeah, there is, especially when there's a unresolved issue, like you don't know. Do you know if he had children of his own?
He did.
And that's some of the stuff I can't go into. Oh. Because that was the first thing that we heard was like, oh, your daughter has turned against you. Why is that? That's crazy. And she's saying, she's spilling the tea at every place. And everybody's like, yo, what is this? That's when I was saying it was first coming up. And they were talking like, what's the deal? Your daughter is. and then him and his wife, who, by the way, they both looked atrocious. Anyway, now you can quote me on that.
Oh my God.
Atrocious.
Yeah. I'm gonna need you. We're gonna share these notes later because we need to keep these.
I need to find him.
Yeah.
I have a special package to deliver. Very special.
She's about to go Jason Statham.
Yeah.
I tell you right now, I've got somebody that can go ahead and take care of you. I know.
Ooh, I love the accent.
Y'all can go ahead and get that Jason Statham. I'm the transporter. I'll go ahead and I'll transport you right on out of here.
Yeah. Where do we go from here, Sadé? I mean,
where do we go from here? Let's see. I think that's enough for one episode. We might have to do a part 2 for the second part of the episode, so we can give y'all some time to calm down from all of that heaviness. Okay.
We need to run away from that.
Yeah, we gotta regroup after that one. Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
See why I keep silent?
I was just telling him because before the show, I was like, yeah, I've told stories. Craig's told stories, but we haven't heard any of yours. And he was like, oh, I got a story.
What's really ironic is I said the same exact thing to him last week as well. I was like, where your stories at? He was just like, you don't want to. And I was like, I believe you. now we definitely believe you, so we appreciate that.
I see why.
That's like I said, that's me tiptoeing around things.
Are all of your stories this traumatizing?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. We need to vet his stories before we air them.
Man.
That's why I caught her at the door.
Right? He did.
Hold on.
He was like, hold up. Let me give you a little more details. Like, ooh, okay.
I said, I'm going to try to do it as best I can.
Mm-hmm.
Try to give some disclaimers. I'm so sorry if this brought back anything.
Yeah.
That is,
apologize
all of those
if
things.
This is traumatizing to any of you.
That is none of that stuff is funny. All of the young people that got caught up in all of that, I'm so sorry for.
Yeah.
That's something.
We're praying that everybody's happy and got past all that stuff. Yeah,
hopefully so.
If you know who we're talking about and you want to email us any information so we can locate said person to deliver a very, very special package on your behalf.
Very special package, yes.
We got you.
Yes.
Advice at nounsolicitedadvice.net. We got you.
And we have a great description of him. Homer Simpson.
Yes, and he looks atrocious, apparently. If you want to provide any further details,
high five for that.
We've got you.
Yeah. Let's run away from this one, y'all. Let's run away.
Yeah, so that's it for this episode of No Unsolicited Advice. I promise the next one will not be.
We won't let Steven speak again. That's it.
It won't be as bad as this one. It won't be as heavy. So we'll catch you in the next one. And until then, make smart choices, guys. Thank you for joining us for this episode of No Unsolicited Advice. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you need our opinion on your life's problems, you can email us at advice@nounsolicitedadvice.net. But please do so at your own risk. And until next time, make smart choices.